Konnichiwa, fellow Armchair General Samas. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4 with Black Ice. Well, let's continue this. We're getting ready to take down another warlord here very soon. I really like this national focus. Shifting some of our air from the center down to here. And we have 3 civilian factories. Okay, good. That will help. Next Wednesday, they've announced that there's going to be a new development diary covering, I believe, the air improvements in Hearts of Iron 4. I highly recommend you checking it out. Highly recommend you checking it out. Okay, let's see now. Well, I'm sort of waiting for that. Okay, inner war torpedoes. Okay, we've used up some of that, or that one tech bonuses. Now the Japanese before the war, well, at least before the war with the US, and maybe well before it, maybe even going back to the Straits or post-Straits of Tsushima, really did a lot of training and a lot of drills on night fighting, and they for their fleets, and it's a very serious discipline. Obviously, you don't want to be like everybody shine running lights on your ships so you don't run into each other and you can keep formation off of each other. Oh, they're also good aiming points for you know, enemy ships. So you sort of want to, you know, blackout situations. You can still use some very directional light, flashing light signals in conditions like that, but you have to be very careful with those and where you're pointing them and get that done. But you got to keep the formations. You got to keep fighting, spotting the enemy, not being spotted, and all that stuff. They did that really well, and they were really good with that, and it was very effective early in the war before the U.S. too many of the U.S. ships got radar. Once radar happened, then all their night fighting abilities just went to hell. Well, not, I mean, they were still just as good, but radar target, you know, targeting, identification, locate, you know, bearing range, and that they're out there just totally trumps any of the Japanese night fighting abilities. But still, it was something to do. But I'd rather have radar. Come on, guys, get down here. I don't know train. Don't want to drive towards Nanning. Some motorized forces. Okay, depth charge throwers. Okay, well. Basic sonar. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I think we've waited long enough, so now let's just click here. Here. Declare war. Conquer focus, yes.
준비 완료. 세렛!
No, 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 I want you to go there. These guys. These guys. These guys. No, just try. City. Oh, man. Invade. Should have some. Let's see. Let's put. Well, I had some bomber or fighters over the South China Sea. Let's put those over the South China Sea. Oh yeah, I do have a few, but we want to keep protecting my ships. And we are ashore, yay. Okay. So... cancel all battle plans, yes. Don't want any remaining. I want you to get that airport. And mountain warfare equipment. Okay, good. Okay, well, we're not going to do that just yet. Yeah. We should do this. A little bit more piercing attack for us. Or a lot more, doubling it. Obviously we don't need it against the Chinese, but someday we're going to be facing better equipped troops. Okay. That's what a mountain unit looks like. How interesting. Okay, well that's very primitive. Let's train one. Now what we're missing here is our mountain unit equipment production. Yes, right there. Okay, so we always intended to reduce that once we got our production efficiency up. So, mountain warfare equipment. 2 slots, get that going. Cross that over, you guys keep moving. There. Once you get to there, to there. Yeah, I should have grabbed that airport sooner. Okay, I think we're capturing some more production ability here. Let's see. More submarines. Do some commerce warfare. Get that. Let's. Don't I have some armored cars under? Oh, they're up at the top, I think. Yeah, let's increase that by one as well. Let's send some of these aircraft here. Not that they're really needed, but all of these we want to make sure they're all flying with them. Okay. They're moving. Okay, it looks like the main show may have just kicked off there. Poland joins the Allies, yeah. Germany at war again, okay. Well, for the moment we're staying out of the big war, hopefully. Thinking we are. Just put you on train, quickly. And yes, okay, we'll cross over here, put up there. And this air base, which keeps them from using it. Yeah. Go to there. Take our new capital. More heavy artillery. Let's see, one more of those. Let's go another medium tanks. You see that American fighter right there? Looking through this here, add, we go through all of our types. You see here Northrop Grumman. I guess these are probably some sort of lend-lease or something to China that we captured at the end of the last China war, or China's just using, I'm not sure, default U.S. names, but I don't know. So we captured some of those. We're not using any of them, but they're in our storehouse. I don't know if we should give them to some of our allies or what. There's hardly any of them. Make it worthwhile. Okay. Where are my flying boats? So we're up at the top, I think. I want more flying boats. Well, we've captured their capital twice. Obviously, they move it to another victory axe, but I got momentum, so that should do it. Yeah, I think that's. Okay. We're going there. Look here. Basically all of you also up here, and also get over this air zone once you're up there. Shut down. I think Kunming is going to fall real easy. Don't know what they're doing there, but so now that at least we're mostly in place, let's just end this. Declare war, focus, and march into the capital. It's unoccupied. You go there. And you go here too. We are getting air support, which is nice to have. Okay, well. Build a couple of those. To increase our naval production. Don't think our recent conquests of these are going to add much to naval production. Down here might have. Civil factories and military. Yeah, those three. That helps. Oh, Warsaw has fallen. Poland has capitulated. And Germany has lost one of its border provinces to the French. We'll see how this goes. That would be, well, I don't know if that would screw this game up entirely, but to have Germany just butt kicked would be bad. Now we're not yet in, you remember, I've removed us from a faction. And I am sort of looking at maybe a 1940 or something here, which is a while. We'll see how it goes if we want to join the Axis faction or not. But if we want to go after Britain and Indochina. Okay, our next. No. No, I'll look here. Southern expansion demand French Indochina. Okay, Ile-de-France is not controlled by France, so they have to do that. And then we can demand that. Alright. Okay, industrial research effort, which is good and we liked. Okay, I think we're going to do this now just to be ready if Germany does take that we want to grab up into China. So let's do this when we're ready for that. And we're here. Okay. Head to there. This looks like just another marching exercise for the most part. Cross mountains and rivers, which will mean it'll go slow. So we might as well increase this a bit. Okay, that's just a little too fast. Hey, concentrated industry. Yeah, we want to do this. Thinking about... Yeah, another small arms factory. Put it up here in Hokkaido. Just for the fun of it. Another heavy aircraft factory to build more naval bombers efficiently. Most of these, you know, daily support for fascism, well, fine. I don't need it. Improved relations, that's okay. Well, Chune Sugihara. Want to talk about him. That is not his real picture. He doesn't look like that. Chune Sugihara, yes. You know, if you pick up my Japanese Ministers mod, I think it's compatible with Black Ice. It has I think all of them with their real images and a much expanded minister selection. Did I release that? I think it did. Pretty sure it did. Yeah, I did. But I know I researched it. But Chune Sugihara, he definitely, well, maybe deserves compassionate gentleman as a minor insult to him. He was much more than a compassionate gentleman. He is one of the righteous among nations. And if you understand what that means, that's basically one of the highest honors Israel can give to somebody. He saved thousands of Jews. I forget the number, somewhere between like 2,000 and 6,000 Jews. He was the Japanese ambassador or consul or whatever to Lithuania. And what he did was give as many as he could passports, Japanese documentation to Jews so they could get out and get to Japan and have status that the Nazis would not pick these people up. He was just doing that as fast as he could, just giving out those and these aren't fake documentation. These weren't you know, stuff he was doing up in his basement. These were he was giving out as part of his consular's duty documentations to the Jews as much as he could. and he knew the Holocaust was going on, and he was trying to save just as many people as he could. So he earned his title. And so for all of the atrocious war crimes that the Japanese did do in China, and they did do pretty bad ones, you know, the Nanjing massacre, that was bad, and tens of thousands or more died, or more, hundreds of thousands died just in the Nanjing massacre. So and those are civilians killed by guys running around with swords and shooting them. So many more died there than Sugihara was able to save. But he did what he could, and he just did it. And he survived the war, and I'm getting a little emotional, because he did the right thing. So, compassionate gentleman, most assuredly. But most of these, Prince of Terror, well, might be useful, and of course, so these are really not really useful for us. So let's look down here. We're getting done with a lot of our, you know, well, obviously we're going to be fighting in other places, but so land warfare, I like that. But we also want to be able to naval agility, naval bombing, but that's only 2%. Let's go to Nagoma as our, or maybe we should have now that we've already done that though, but Chief of the Air. No, this is where we want to be. Yeah, okay. Carriers. That's probably where we're going to go. I'm going to, before we consider going to war with the well, the Allies or the U.S., I'm going to reorganize up a couple of really good fleets as best I can organize them. Right now, obviously, they're, you know, suffered some minor attacks from the Chinese here, and that was about it. And I had subs out here, some convoy raiding, 2 groups, didn't catch anybody, so this has been, you know, useless. USSR occupies eastern Poland. Bans communism. Not the worst thing you could do. Sure. As soon as we take Dolly, I think we may get enough to restore to win, but it really doesn't matter. We're just going to keep moving until we do. advancing, maybe I should be saying. And advanced machine tools, we're good. Okay, as you can see, compared to when I'm playing as Germany, I'm doing much more of these, and I haven't been. They'd be useful, but I just think we are lagging behind in some of the other areas. Like fighters, bombers, naval bombers. Yeah, let's do that. I like naval bombers, so we're going to do that. There we go. We got Dolly. And basic sonar, good. Ships from aircraft. Let's see which one gets there first, if either one of them. Nope, the river crossing one got there first. And I think we've been to this one. Okay, well, that most assuredly, especially down here, this is, I didn't need to take this, I could have left them at peace, but we might just want to be able to rush into Burma from up here, so that's one of the reasons to take them. That and eventually this war will go away. Obviously, it's some time from now. In a future episode, we'll come up after the communists. They're going to be a little bit harder to take. They were more motivated, but they got aluminum and oil for us, so that is very useful. But down here, this needed to be, because you can see how rich it is in a lot of resources. So some of these, and I don't know why there's so much sitting here in Hong Kong, but maybe just to poke us to get, or the AI, to get that aluminum and such. So we'll be heading, obviously grabbing those up once we're generally at war. Well, maybe not Macau, because that'll be Portugal, and I don't know that we need to just create enemies for ourselves for that. So I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for liking the videos, of course, and please post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas. Love hearing from you. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.